Shout out to everybody out there on White Street. You already know what it is. Salute to everybody.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to SteveBussaGS. We got another scorecard interview. This one is going to be spicy. Please buckle up for this. My guy, introduce yourself, everybody, please.
Yo, it's your boy, Monstar, man. We in the motherfucking building, man. Hey, Monstar in the game, man. We in this bitch.
Let's go. All right. Before we get into it, this is not going to be the typical interview. Normally, we come on to like promo an album or something like that. This is some adult conversation type shit that we're about to get into, right? So I hit Clip up and I was like, yo, there was some back and forth miscommunication shit that was happening on Twitter. And I was like, let's get a platform. Let's sit down and have a conversation, because I agreed with some shit. I disagreed with some shit. And Clip was basically like, yo, we're two adults. Let's have a conversation about it that's not censored and just keep it real. And like get some, just positive communication out of it. So I don't want no one in my comments. We're gonna get aggressive about this. We don't agree on some points that were being made. That's already understood coming into this, right? That's already game. So I don't want no GS gang members talking shit, nothing like that. This is how healthy hip hop communication is supposed to be. Not subtweets and bickering and trying to get points back in 140 characters. Like this is
right.
Be dope. You know what I mean? Like this is gonna be dope.
Yeah, 140 characters to say some shit back.
So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. The reason that I decided to hit you up, I seen a tweet that you would put out. I'm pulling it up now. It says, "These motherfuckers out here are weird. They only like whoever the popular person likes or whoever is cool to like. Knowing damn well I'll outbar 90% of any rapper, and that's on me." And then I put a little cheeky gif in there. They had us in the first half, I'm not gonna lie.
Right. I liked it.
This was my basis for the conversation, right? Because I agree with some of this, I disagree with some of this. And then I do want to talk about how Dwayne Jackson ended up quoting you on it, and you guys had to go back and forth. Now, I don't interact with too many people in the YouTube community because of shit like this, just to be transparent. But Dwayne is actually somebody that I fuck with. So I took an interest in the back and forth because there's not a lot of people whose names like pique my interest. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I want to press you about a couple things, because I want you to have the opportunity to, again, clarify, you know what I mean, different points and shit like that without having to be restricted to 140 characters. And I think that it's going to open up a good conversation just in general. So you ready to get into this?
Yeah, I'm with it.
Cool. These motherfuckers out here are weird. I agree, but who are you talking about with that?
Like 90% of the motherfuckers on YouTube. Like,
is this like the watchers, the artists, the reactors? Like who are we talking about?
So like mainly the audience, right?
That's how I took this. Okay. Because like, and I don't think that's restricted to YouTube. I agree with you on this. We're on the same page. I do think that the average hip hop fan isn't actually a hip hop fan, right? Hip hop happens to be the most popular genre in the world. So when it's the most played music, you're going to have a lot of people who aren't of the culture that listen to it and like, oh, my top 5 are going to be whoever's on the radio at the time, right? Like that's just the way we're here. I'm with you on that, right? So then you follow up with they only like whoever the popular person likes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So was this a shot at reactors, or was this again just a continuation of the previous one?
It's a little bit of both. So basically it's a continuation because it's a generalized statement. But when someone else had responded, I actually told them it's about like whatever Shaq like, they gonna want to like. Whatever damn Crip like, they gonna want to like. So whoever is the biggest, I guess, most powerful influencer, that's who they gonna like. Because I feel like they just want to try to get on the good side of the higher to a higher platform. You know what I'm saying?
Clout chasing.
Yeah. Facts.
Whoever has the most clout, like that's who you're trying to ask, is what you're
saying. Yeah, you're trying to be a yes man with the motherfucker that has the most rank.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't disagree with this. We're entering into I like that you decided to name names. I like that you decided to clarify your situation. I did see that tweet before it was taken down when you were going back and forth with Dwayne, and you were like, yo, This didn't have anything to do with you. This is what I was talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you didn't pull any punches with that either. So I did respect that. And I don't think that that's debatable. I think the part that's going to open up for a good conversation on here is your tone when you start approaching this topic particular feels to me like you're placing the blame on the platform, like the reactor in this case, instead of the audience, which wasn't the case in the first part of your statement. The first part of your statement is kind of like, yo, these motherfuckers out here don't know anything about rap. They just listen to whatever the fuck is popular. And I was game with you. I was like, yeah, I agree with this, right? And then now it sounds like, it almost sounds like you're faulting them for having a big platform. You know what I'm saying? Like it came across kind of like, oh, because they're popular now, their opinion means less. Because now as the platform, like it's just different. It's different than attacking the audience versus the person who has the platform. So like I wanted to kind of elaborate on that. Like is that am I drawing? Am I looking too far into that, or is that kind of how you feel?
It wasn't really about the reactors. It was about like the yes man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is just for example. So who's the dude that everyone's reacting to right now? That Easy Mill dude or some shit.
Right.
You know,
Filipino,
so like
Filipino kid.
Yeah, so it wasn't no one reacting to him until the main people reacted to him and said they fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, well I guess I fuck with him too then. Or like, oh, here's a better one, right? Here's a better one. Hold up. So you know how there's like a little beef, I guess, with like a Screwface following, and then like there's a whole other following.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And some people just think it's cool not to like Screwface because another person don't like him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of just having their own thoughts about it, their own opinions. You know what I'm saying? So
just to be clear, so then it's not necessarily about Shaq or Crip or anything like that. Then
oh no,
this still sounds like you're talking about the audience. Like
this is the audience.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I just this is what I'm saying. I want to clarify.
Oh yeah.
And what we're talking about. That's all. Because I again with what you're saying right now, I don't disagree at all. You know what I'm saying? On both parts, let's talk about it. So as far as the Easy Mill thing goes, since you brought that up, right? I'm probably one of a very few channels that I've seen that may have given less than flattering review that wasn't like in all of them, right? I didn't give a bad review because I did fuck with a lot of the elements of what was going on. But you can notice the comments from the stands, the diehard fans, right? That like aren't trying to hear one negative thing about an artist that they're in love with. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm kind of with you on that. And then as far as the beef stuff goes, I didn't follow it as closely as a lot of people did. So I don't want to necessarily put myself in a position where I start talking about something that I'm not 100% familiar with. I do know that there was a falling out between, you know, some of the people in the YouTube community and shit like that. I don't really get involved in all that shit.
Yeah.
But but it's definitely clicky, right? And in terms of Screwface, right? I would say that there's definitely people who, in general, do not separate their feelings, their personal feelings, from the level of skill in what they're listening to, right? Because like I think it would be hard. I think people would be hard pressed to say that Screwface can't rap.
Right. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And like you may dislike someone, but I think that then it transcends over to being like, yo, everything they do is fucking whack because I don't like them because my favorite person doesn't like them. You know what I mean? Which like I'd much rather prefer someone be like, yo, he can suck my dick. I don't like him. I'm with that. That's dope, right? But you're not gonna lie and be like, oh, he can't rap. Everything he makes is trash because you don't like him. Is that kind of what you're talking about? Yeah,
because like for example, I remember around this time last year is when I actually, I guess, started coming into the YouTube scene. And I remember I would always ask, like, you know, who's the top 5 artists on, you know, on YouTube? Because I'm new. I'm just trying to see who y'all think is good and place myself with them, you know?
Right.
And Screwface's name was mentioned a lot. So now you don't ever see no one mention his name. You see people talk shit about him. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
depending on which side of Twitter you are, right? Because if you're with the clicks, I know he has like his people, you know what I'm saying, versus the others. I got you.
And I literally seen it firsthand because I have my own group chat now. So in my group chat, I know I have a little bit of fans from everywhere. So there's some people that really love Screw in there, and there's some people that really hate him. And like they are just arguing with each other. They can't even talk to each other. You know what I'm saying?
It's never about the music. It's about their personal feelings and shit.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, y'all not even here for them motherfuckers, really. You know, like, y'all in here because y'all wanted to support what I was doing, and y'all in here talking about a grudge between Screw and Grizzy. Like, the fuck are y'all? What the fuck is going on right now? Like, so I literally seen it where people that were in my group chat got blocked, removed from the chat. You know, just because they didn't want to hear someone talk bad about Grizzy or someone talk bad about Screw. You know. And just like shit like that, bro. It divides the other artists like myself that's trying to, you know, grow. It's like I have to pick or choose what audience I want to go with.
I mean, you don't have to, but I see what you're saying. A lot of people probably feel that way, especially if they're not in the creative space. You know what I mean? Like, stand-up, unfortunately, is as big as fucking cancel culture is. You know what I mean? Where it's like it's the new cool thing. To not be objective. I don't know why, but I'm with you on that, right?
Yeah, man.
All right, so then you continue with, or whoever is cool to like, knowing damn well I'll outbar 90% of any rapper. So here's the part where I came in, I was like, nah, I like you. So let me make this very clear. I've reacted to several of your songs. I've listened to a few of them that were not reacted to just because you have a style, and I make this pretty clear in my reactions. You have a style that is my preference, right? When I hear you start going off and you get in your bag, like that's my shit, right? You're gonna get a nod on my channel every single time, right? But at the same time, I think that I was pretty fair. You know, I critique stuff based on, again, my own personal bias, the shit that I like, the shit that I don't. But in no stretch of my imagination do I put you in the top 10% of all lyricists alive or dead in the world, right?
And
now, what I want, this is your opportunity to clarify, because then you and I had a conversation about this. I called you out, and you were like, "Yo, I agree with what you're saying. Like, am I not supposed to feel that way? I'm calling out the bullshit, but now I'm gonna let you talk because I agree with your response to being called out on it, right? So the same conversation, the way you talk to me and the way we had this, like we have that rapport, we can call shit out and stuff like that. I want you to say it to everybody because I'm with you once we got past the initial, like, nah, I don't think so.
Right. So, I mean, the way I see it, like, if you consider yourself like a lyricist or anything, you should feel like you better than everyone. And that should be like another reason besides your passion that you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because no one does shit to be average. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a competitive sport.
It's a competitive sport, bro. Like, I don't go on the basketball court. Oh, I'm gonna lose because he's better than me. Like, no, bro. Like, I'm going there, and if I'm comfortable in my shot, I'm gonna feel like I shoot better than anyone in the gym. You know, because I put the work in. So, I mean, the way I see it is, 90% of the shit I hear is not where I'm at. That's why I don't listen to it. So I hear it.
I think a lot of artists too, like this, I'm really big on, I don't know if you ever heard me rap before, but I have like 16 years of battle rap underneath me, right?
That's lit.
I make music that I would want to listen to. And I think most artists fall in that category, right? So like, yeah, you're going to be your favorite rapper because you're making the shit that you want to listen to. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't for everybody, period. And like, well, we're going to get into the tier list and we're going to get into the psychology behind it and your opinions and stuff like that. But I want to get, like, this was an important thing, right? Because there are a lot of people that are going to see that type of language who, oh my God, yo, shout out to Merkums. Merkums put this in a beautiful way, right? He said, I can tell a lot of y'all never had those lunchroom arguments where you're arguing about rap with the veins popping out your neck and the spit going and shit like that. Like, bro, that's the realest shit ever. Like, the people get touched really, really, really sensitive about shit. And it's like, it's not like that's not, hip hop's not the place for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not for that. Now, because of that, there are people who are gonna see that tweet, right? And me, I'm gonna put the cheeky comment. I'm gonna hit you up. We'll have a conversation about it, right? But like, a lot of people are gonna look at that and like, that's gonna turn them off instantly, right? Like they're gonna be like, oh, you're out of your fucking mind, blah 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 blah. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Like, just like, I don't know if there's a right or wrong answer. I'm not trying to fish anything out of you. It's just to me, it's corny, but like, I'm with you on that, right? Like,
Right.
Call me out if you want. Fuck you. It's my opinion. I think I'm better than 90% of the people. Then I think I'm suck my dick. I'm better than 90% of the people. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
where are you at with this?
All right. So have you ever like you've been battle rapping and shit. So have you ever like tried to find a beat and you have mad producers send you beats and you listen to 100 before you find one you like?
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about rap. I listen to all these rappers that I've heard on YouTube or whatever, or just in general. And I ain't found many that I like. It take like, for me to be impressed, I have to be like, yo, why I ain't come up with that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel impressed. Like,
there's very few people that instill that in me. So I'm with you on that. There's very few times where I listen to something, I'm like, fuck, why didn't I come up with that?
I should have said, I should have said that shit. That's the shit that impressed me, man. And like, I just feel like everything I heard it's not impressive. You know what I'm saying? Even like in the regular industry right now, so that's why I say 90% any, because it's not just YouTube based, it's a generalized statement. Because that's how I feel in real life before I even hit YouTube this year.
And like to be clear for people, you're not a YouTube artist, right? Like your establishment is in real life. Like you do real shows with real crowds, and like the YouTube shit came later. Am I right? Am I right with that?
That's right.
So like the YouTube soundscape and landscape is definitely different. You know what I mean? Like and it goes both ways. I would say I would say 90% of people who put music on YouTube probably have never rocked a show of 100+ people. Would you agree with that?
I feel that way.
So like there is a give and take. Is there anything else you want to talk about? I'm gonna start switching into some of the transactions between you and others now. Is there anything else you want to say just about the tweet before I get into it?
Not that I can think of right off the bat. Not that I can think of right off the bat, man. Yeah.
All right, really. We'll just keep going, man. If you want to, you gotta pedal back to something. Let me know. All right. So you put this out, and then Dwayne Jackson. Shout out to Dwayne Jackson. I don't fuck with a lot of people in the YouTube scene, and again, part of this is me growing and learning to branch out and network and shit. But he's somebody that I fuck with, and he quotes you right, and is like, "Yo, this is the sensitive shit that I'm talking about." Like, yo, if you got a problem with me, just say something to me. I didn't like a song, or I don't even know if he didn't like the song, but maybe he didn't give as big of a reaction as somebody would have wanted, right?
Yeah, he said something about he didn't praise it.
I didn't see it, so I don't know. But
okay.
I don't even know what song it is that they're talking about. My understanding is you weren't even alive when it happened, right? Is that facts?
That's 100% facts.
Okay, so he calls you out on it, right? Like on this no subtweet shit. You then respond directly, like at him, like it's not about you. If it was about you, I would have tagged you. And then that, like, in my opinion, that kind of should have been it right there. Like, cool, like I'm calling you out, like, no, this wasn't about you. I would tell you if it was.
Right.
I'm asking you directly, did that have anything to do with Dwayne Jackson or his reaction or anything at all?
It didn't have nothing to do with Dwayne Jackson. I don't even watch this channel like that. You feel me? So I don't even so literally the whole thing was about the tweet you just said. It was about the general audience and then just me feeling like I'm better than 9% of people. You know what I'm saying?
So here's my response to that too, because I'm gonna play devil's advocate a bit. This isn't necessarily how I feel, but I also kind of want to test you a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So like your response to this is like, yo, if I had a problem with you, I would have added you about it, right?
Right.
But then you say that it was about the shit like No Leg Shack and it was about the shit like Crip. But you didn't at them either, even though that's who it was about. So that's a little contradictory.
They were added. They were added.
No, in the original tweet. You said if this was about you, if this original tweet was about you, I would have added you. But the original tweet still exists, and you didn't add the people who, like, you left the room for there to be a misinterpretation.
Oh yeah. So the tweet was the one we just talked about first, right?
Yeah.
So that was a generalized statement. People just follow other people's opinion. So, and that's in real life. That wasn't just YouTube. That's just what it is.
So that wasn't directly about those two reactors. That was
but that was
just used them as an example.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. The main thing was I was just talking shit.
Beautiful. This is what I'm talking about. Like this is you can't do this in tweets. It's so much is lost, man. Do you have any issues with Wayne? And be honest with me. Like, is there any animosity there?
Towards Dwayne?
Yeah.
Nah, like I literally told him on the tweet in that same thread, I was like, bro, initially I seen one of his reactions to someone. I was like, oh, this dude's pretty cool. He understands hip hop a little bit. So right when I hit YouTube around this time last year, I actually reached out to him and I was like, hey, how much for a reaction? You know, so he told me how much. I paid him. He reacted to it. He liked it. And I told him in the tweet, I was like, yo, I reached out to you because there's a level of respect and appreciation for what you do. You know what I'm saying? So, and we don't even have no relationship for me to feel some kind of way. So,
right.
So I really don't even, I feel like he just felt hit. I felt like he felt hit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna shoot him some bail here, right? As a reactor.
Yeah.
I do think that what he's talking about does happen a lot. I believe you entirely because I read the conversation and I didn't pick up any type of hint that you were lying or you know what I'm saying? Like everything seemed authentic to me.
Yeah.
But as a reactor, as somebody who puts out a lot of these videos, the reaction that he's talking about is very, very common, right? So I don't think that it was like unbelievable. And like he said it, he's like, yo, the timing was a little bit weird. You know what I'm saying? It was a coincidental timing, shit like that. Like there's gotta be some bail that gets shot there because bro, these comment sections be fucking wild sometimes.
Right. All right. So just in general, bro, like I'm either saying something positive on Twitter, like, you know, good morning, make something, you know, something positive, or I'm just straight talking shit. There's no in between. So like, so if you just look at my tweet history, I'm either retweeting something, just, you know, supporting someone, or I'm saying something positive, or I'm just straight talking my shit. And usually I'm talking my shit when I'm about to release something, or, right. You know, or like if I feel like everyone's on Twitter, I'm like, okay, now's my chance to pop my shit while everyone is active. So like you could even look, Holla actually said, yo, Clip talks shit like every day on Twitter. That's what he does. So if you do a reaction and you look at his page, he's talking shit anyway. So that's just what I do. Even in real life, on my Instagram, on my Facebook, I just talk shit, bro. Like I'm the fucking monster, bro. Like I feel like I'm better than 90% of motherfuckers, so I'm gonna pop my shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you up against some people. We'll see how it works out. My other takeaway from this is cool. Now I know no more free reactions for you. Now that I know you pay.
Well, like, and like the thing, I don't mind supporting people, bro. Like this is what I do for a living, man. So
I got you. Nah, man. If I'll be honest, like I wouldn't be having this conversation with you if there wasn't a level of respect. You know what I'm saying? Both for the art and shit like that, like as a person. The only reason I'm offering my platform and I want to have this conversation, if there's one, I think will keep it a buck with me. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's fuck somebody, it's fuck somebody. And if not, like you get, like I said, you get to clarify the situation. And it's because like I like the music too. You know what I mean? Like I fuck with Dwayne, I fuck with you. I watch it. I was like, this feels dirty. I feel like this. It felt like a miscommunication. Like it really did. Like if I'm looking at something and I'm like, nah, there was clearly a sneak this there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm an intelligent motherfucker. You can piece shit together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
easy.
I genuinely felt like, nah, this looks like a miscommunication. This could be a good conversation to have, right? Which then brings us into the second part of those deleted tweets and shit like that, where we are talking about the tier lists, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people,
deleted because I don't delete shit, so I don't delete nothing. It should all be there.
I think the way you put it, and again, you can go and check the records. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? This like, but I'm pretty sure that he had gone back and he at the very least, if he didn't delete it, he made a statement saying like, I don't even know why I tweeted that. Like I'm not entertaining the subtweets anymore or something like that.
Okay, so that tweet that you're talking about, that's what started it for me.
That's what
there was another tweet he did and he deleted it, but I seen it in my notifications. And that's really why I was like, the fuck? This thing gonna tweet me and then delete the shit? Like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on. So that's what got me started.
I think that tweet that you seen that was deleted was the one that quoted the one that we just talked about.
Yes.
Right. So that's all covered already. So now we kind of go into the second part of this, right? Where we start talking about like, I have his tweet up here. It says, I don't even know why I tweeted. I'm not entertaining subtweets anymore. If someone has an issue, just at me. If not, suck my dick. I respect that. Leave me alone. Right. I have too much to do or care about hurting people's egos with a harmless opinion, right? And that kind of transitions into the whole, yo, I'm better than 90%. Why am I not on these lists? Blah, blah, blah. Your lists are bullshit. That type of stuff, right? let's talk about it, because now
All
we're
right.
now we're getting to this. So just to make this clear, I don't even think Crip knows I exist. So like this is nothing to do with my defending any individual person, right?
Right.
Tier list in general and the way people perceive them and the energy that goes out, most of it, in my opinion, goes back again to the Merkham situation, where it's kind of like, if you're not ready to have the tough conversations, then don't put the tough material out there. Like if you're not, if you can't handle people critiquing your critiques, you're probably in the wrong business at some point, right? And at the same time, if I'm putting out a list and I say, yo, here are my top, which wasn't the case, because the case wasn't a top tier list, nothing like that. It was my understanding of it was literally just a revised version of one that was already in existence and not a top list. Which
and I found that out kind of after too.
Right, and Crip came out and was like, "Yo, here's what it is," right? And like, at that point for me, it was dead. You know what I mean? I made a comment on like Merc's John, but I was like, "Yo, leave it to Merc to start off with some logical shit, and then fly off the handle afterwards." It's like he always gonna take it too far afterwards.
Like we cut from the I feel like we cut from the same cloth, bro. Like and like we when
That's
he was
my guy. Facts.
When we was in Atlanta, you know, I invited him out to a show, man. We got him a section and everything, bro. He performed, you know, it was nothing but love and like it was good vibes.
That just happened, right?
Right. That just happened like maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's fucking dope. Shout out to you guys too. But like, all right, so let's get into the tier list thing, right? What was your walk me through this? So you see the tier list, you got upset at the tier list or what? Like I don't want to put words in your mouth. You tell me what happened.
Nope. All right. So I didn't even see the tier list. All right. So what I was doing, I was promoting. I have a party I do every Saturday. So I'm promoting. Boom. I'm on Instagram. I'm not even on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, and I see Merc say, "Not 25, not top 25." Like, and that's when Merc said his shit on Instagram. Right. Like that means I'm top 5. So YouTube not top 25. Like y'all go on with the crazy shit or something. And I was like, what? Well, this nigga Merc mad. He definitely gonna be top 25 on a YouTube tier list. It's fucking YouTube and it's Merc. You feel me? So, I look at it, and then for a second it rubbed me the wrong way. Not for me, but for Merc. You feel me? Because when I got here, Merc was already making noise. So I was like, there ain't no way Merc's not in someone's top 25 on YouTube. There ain't no fucking way, bro. Like, like I don't care. You don't have to listen to rap to know that he could rap. You know what I'm saying? Like. So at first it rubbed me kind of wrong way. And so with the tier list thing, cause I know you had said something about reactors. You know, is there a platform or whatever? But what really I didn't like, so I was trying to basically you have to hold Crip accountable, right? Because the average person that watches YouTube isn't a YouTuber. It's just a random person. You know what I'm saying? So from the outside looking in, like, so I'm sort of on the outside. So from the outside looking in, there's a few faces of YouTube. You got like the Paul brothers, like Logan Paul. You got like the KSIs, No Life Shack, Crip. Like they're like the main faces of YouTube. And they're not even, and that's just for the general audience. I don't even in the YouTube community. So like as Crip is creating this tier list, even though he says, hey, this is a revised list. Like from the outside looking in, that's not what it looks like. It looks like, hey, this is a brand new video. These are the top 25 artists on YouTube. These are the people I'm gonna go look for. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So for Merc's side of it, and Merc's defense is like, yo, you're the face of fucking YouTube, bro. Like all these people that came before you, you got 1 million subscribers. You know what I'm saying? So all these people that came before you, and they don't see me on your top 25, they don't know to look for me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Crip should hold himself more accountable, knowing that he is one of the faces of YouTube when he puts out a tier list like that.
All right, so this is going to be our first point of contention on this, right?
Cool.
So as put myself in Crip's shoes, right? Mm-hmm. You're saying Crip needs to hold himself accountable because of his position as a face of YouTube. I get what you're saying.
Right.
I get what you're saying, right? Mm-hmm. I would never speak for somebody, so I'm going to speak for myself if I was Crip, right? Okay. I don't even know him. Him and I have never had a conversation. My understanding is he's a super dope human being. You know what I mean? And most people,
same thing I heard. I heard
most people enjoy him, right?
Yeah, facts.
My response to that is you can find go to you're an ATL, you could like go on Craigslist, find who has the largest dick and go suck it. Because this is my fucking platform. Like, who the fuck are you or anyone to tell me what to do and how to be accountable? Like, I built this. This million subs, this 3 million subs, I built this. I got 19,000 subs. And I get people to come and you should do this, you should do that. You should fuck off and go do it yourself if that's how you want to do it.
Do your own channel.
Exactly. Like I because there's such a level of subjectivity to a lot of this stuff, right? I think that it's like a lot of it is wild. Like no one can there are some things that aren't subjective. So I'm gonna contradict myself, right? So you're talking about like even if you didn't listen to rap, you can listen to Merkums and know that Merkums can rap, right? I look at the list. I don't listen to 90% of people that are on that fucking list.
That's a perfect percentage.
I don't rate them as being good rappers or good artists, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I would say that of the rappers that are on there, Merkums would make S tier easily just based off rap ability, right? That's me. That's my opinion, right? Who the fuck am I to say what Crip should do or any other person should do on their channel? Like, you didn't help build them, right? Not only that, but then I look at it from another perspective too. But like, for instance, if you tried to say something again, if this was my channel, right, and I put out that list, and you had a problem with it, what if I listened to on my channel? 2 of your fucking songs, 3 of your fucking songs?
Who the fuck am I? You know what I'm saying?
I may not even be familiar enough with your music to know if you should be on this or not. Right. You know, like I can't imagine how many requests that these guys with these numbers get. Because go ahead.
Rebuttal to that.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
So you're saying like you only listen to 2 of my songs, whatever, boom, boom. All right. So for Merk, right? There's no way you could Crip. For Crip.
There's no way you only heard 2 Jones from Merkums with how he's spam shit. I got you.
If you're Crip,
right,
you're Merkums. I know you know Merkums. Why? Because you're on the song with him with Lex. He was on the Cookout Cypher. So he's been to your house. So, but you know what I'm saying? So I feel like there should be a part of you inside when you're making the YouTube tier list. I gotta create a little tab for Merk and put him in here. You know what I'm saying? Because you know him. You literally know him. Like y'all met in person multiple times. Y'all have songs together. So for me, like I said, this is just if I was Merk. You know, I'm talking as if I'm Merk. I'm like, motherfucker, you know me, bro. Like, what you mean? Even if you think I'm trash, at least put me on the list and say I'm trash. You know what I'm saying? like acknowledge
give me the visibility. Give me the visibility.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't say I'm dope in private and not acknowledge me in public. You know what I'm saying? I hate that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so here, I don't necessarily disagree with what you're saying. I don't necessarily disagree with that. Let me gather my thoughts on this, right? So are you suggesting then that there is an obligation once you've established a relationship with somebody to include them on every video that you do with your platform?
Nah, not at all.
Because that's what it sounds like you're saying.
Basically I'm saying if you're talking about YouTube tier lists and you have him and you have like
this specific situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all right. So you're talking about so basically I feel like Merk need to be on that top 25 tier list regardless. You know what I'm saying? Regardless whether you like him, hate him, it don't matter. And you know him and you heard his music, you have songs with him on there, he needs to be on there.
Again, this is more of an interview, so I don't want to talk too much. I want to get your opinions on stuff. You know what I'm saying? So who do you the situation blew up a little bit, right? And you had some people start saying fuck Merkums for coming to Crip. You had some people saying fuck Crip for not including someone that's supposed to be his friend. You know what I mean? Like both of those ways, right? So where do you put the blame then? Because it sounds like you're just like, yo, that was Crip not being a good friend, is what you.
Oh no, hell no. It had nothing to do with friendship.
But that's that's everything you just said. I've been at your house. You know I do this. We've been on tracks together. How is that not what you're saying?
No, so that means you know me and you know what I do, and you know I'm on the YouTube platform.
Right. So but now you're saying that there's an obligation to be on that list. You said that.
Right. He needs to be on, like, okay, so he needs to be on the tier lists. He don't have to be number 1. He don't have to be number 5. He don't got to be number 10, but he needs to be on there so he's considered a YouTube artist.
Because of the friendship is what you're saying.
No, because he's on YouTube. He's on the YouTube cipher. He's on the cookout cipher. He's a part of YouTube.
See,
You know
like,
what I'm saying?
I do. It's a gray area, bro. It's a gray area.
Like Quadeca, right? Quadeca made one song in like a year, but yet he's still a YouTube artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? What makes you a YouTube artist? You know, like, what makes you a YouTube artist?
But I'm not disagreeing with it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, what makes you a YouTube artist?
This is a good conversation to have, right? My thing is, I think I'm going to keep circling back. Like, obviously, I don't discredit. Like, I would put your music, from what I've heard, above people that I've seen on that list. I would put Merkham's music, from what I've heard, which is a lot. You know what I mean? Above people on that list. I still don't know that any of that gives anyone any grounds to tell another man what to put or what he should or can't put on his own channel, on his platform that he built up.
I mean,
I honestly
understand that 100%.
I think that the real unfortunate part of this is because Crip's a nice guy, he's not just telling y'all to fuck off and suck a dick. Because I think that's the missing, in my opinion. I think that's the missing part of the puzzle. Plus, a lot of people don't know, like, Merk is a heel. You understand? Like, Merkham's is not a YouTube rapper. Merkham's is this entire TV reality show all put in one. He's like Vince McMahon, and he likes playing the villain. He likes being able to stir up people's feelings whenever he wants to get people to tune into him. And a lot of people haven't picked up on that yet, so they get touched. You know what I'm saying? Like, they start to feel a type of way. But I just don't see how, given all of that, like, I don't fault either of them. But the point that I'm getting at is I don't fault either of them. I don't think Crip has an obligation to put anybody on his list. If it was his fucking blood brother, to his mother, to his like this is my YouTube channel, this is my list, like, fuck you, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Right? I also don't think that anybody has a right to criticize Merkham's for seeing a list and saying, fuck you, I belong there. That's the same shit like you saying I'm better than 90% of the people. You're supposed to feel that way.
Right, and that's why I said it was because of that. That's why, like, because of the tier list. That's what made me, cause I felt that way about Merkham's, and that's why I was talking about the tier list, not talking about Dwayne. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, I mean, we clarified that. And again, I never thought you were talking about Dwayne to begin with. I honestly believe that was a miscommunication, and I just wanted to hear you say it, and we can move on. You know what I mean? From that.
But like, that's how it all started, like that.
Right. That was that's when I started tuning in, because I was like, oh, what the fuck are we talking about? What's going on? Right? But like, so here's the other part of that too, right? Like, we can say that people are sensitive, right? But are you not just being 10 times as sensitive as an artist the second that you decide to speak up about shit like that and care about another man's list?
You got to be sensitive at some point because you're passionate about it.
Okay, talk your shit. Break it down.
Yeah, you got to be sensitive when you're passionate about something. Like I said, we could break it like basketball. Like, bro, if I feel like I'm the best fucking basketball player, I'm gonna talk my shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And if someone criticizes me, or if I don't make the all-star team, I feel like you're slighting me because I know I'm better than 12 of those other people on the roster. So I should feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like
I do.
If you have a passion for something, bro, that's something you put your sweat into, you put your energy into, you put your mind into, you put your time into. So if someone wants to take shots at it, it does hurt no matter who you are. You know what I'm saying? You could take it and you could critique it and you could, make you better. Or you could just be a bitch about it and complain, you know what I'm saying? But either way, you're still gonna be sensitive.
Shout out to King Blitz. I think Blitz made a comment that I seen. I believe the tweet is still up, that like, yo, he's not gonna lie, he did feel a type of way about not being on the list, but his reaction to it was that I'm going to do better. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
so like
bro.
that sentiment that you just said was reflected entirely in his statement, and I agree with that.
That's definitely what it is, bro. Because if you're not sensitive about it, that means you just don't feel for it. Everyone's gonna be sensitive about something they're passionate about. It's just how you take it.
So here's a good conversation to have for the fans then, right? Like, so like, you're now sensitive about it. You're upset you're not on this tier list, right?
Well, not me. Really, I was just mad at Mark.
Hypothetically. Hypothetically. I'm getting to a different point, right?
Okay, yeah.
And this is to Markham's point as well, right? I should be able to say, fuck you and your tier list is trash, blah, 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 blah. And then we go get a beer. Like me not agreeing with the content that you're putting out shouldn't be made online to be fuck you as an individual.
Right, exactly, bro. Exactly. Like I had the biggest wars, with my best friends. You feel me? Like we could go back to sports, bro. Like if you're lined up in football against your best friend, you still want to eat him. You want to knock his head off when you're on the football. After the game, hey,
good
bro,
shit.
Good shit, bro. Respect, like, and your best friends, bro. So it's a sport. People have to understand this is a sport. Social media is a tool to make your sport to make you bigger in your sport. So, I mean, you just gotta be able to shake someone's hand. You can't be sensitive as far as like, you can't be emotional about the shit. Like you can't take it the wrong way. So.
I got you. All right. Anything else that you want to talk about as far as that goes? I feel like we cleared the air on a lot of the shit, and hopefully this offers a perspective. Like, I really feel like, okay, I guess the last part of this was there was then a group chat that went on, allegedly, again, I didn't see any of the shit, but allegedly there was a group chat where people then started attacking, quote unquote, because again, I didn't see anything, right? But people started attacking Crip for his tier list. That was my understanding, right?
Yeah.
Here's this, right? I don't know. That's not your group chat that they're talking about, is it?
See, I don't know, but I'm not in anyone else's group chat. And someone said that they saw my name in a group chat, but I'm not in no one's group chat. You feel me? So what? I don't have like no other reactors in my group chat though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, who would say something? I got random motherfuckers in there, bro. Like,
I got you. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. This is a complete blind spot for me, and I don't want to overstep my bounds and assume anything. You know what I mean? Here's what I'll say in general, right? My reaction to that, right? Is what constitutes as talking behind somebody's back, right? So like in this instance, they were like, yo, there's this group chat and people are saying less than flattering things. And in my mind, I don't know, like, again, without seeing it, I can only tell you what my imagination tells me, right? So what I'm saying is if I decide to start texting you, if me, you, Merk, Dwayne, we're all in a fucking group chat, right? And we're like, oh, cool. It was about Crip, right? And this tier list, man, fuck that tier list. Crip was on some bullshit. This tier list is trash. Like, this is what I'm imagining, right? Like, who the fuck are these people? These people aren't that good. There's way better people. All he's doing is doing it for the clicks. Are we not allowed to have that conversation?
Yeah, we said that shit out loud in public. We could talk about that shit behind the scenes too.
But like this is, and I think this goes back to the lunchroom fucking analogy that Merkham's, and it's like, me being at your house and us being boys doesn't mean that you are immune to criticism and critique. If anything, in my opinion, it means the opposite. You're here and I'm telling you, yeah, you're definitely not better than 90% of the rappers out there. And that was a bullshit statement. Because you and I are cool, and I know that we can have that conversation and it's not going to end in a fist fight or mean that I'm disrespecting you. Like, we're talking about subjective music shit. You know what I mean? Like, and then take it a step further. I imagine, like, my thought on it is that Crip was also on that tier list, and some of the shit talking probably is like why would you, like, Crip is not that good of a rapper? Why is he ranking? I didn't watch the video, so I don't know where he ranked himself.
I didn't watch the shit.
Right. I literally only seen the part that Merkham's put out, right? And I'm being imaginative here. So I'm like, what would be the shit that was being talked? So now if they come back and they say that Crip is not as good of a rapper as he thinks he is, are we still not allowed to have that conversation?
Right.
Like, I don't get this whole talking behind their back thing, as if because I know you, I can never communicate with another individual about your music in a negative light.
Right.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it don't make no sense, bro. And especially, it doesn't matter, like you said, if we in the group chat, like me, you, Merk, Dwayne, we talk about a tier list. Well, we already talked about that shit in the public. But now we try to hide it. I won't, again, because I didn't see the group chat convo, I don't know what I didn't see it either. I don't know what the fuck.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if they're like, yo, fuck him, and they're talking about him as a human, like he's a pussy, fuck
Yeah,
him as a
that's
human
different.
being. That's different.
That's different.
Yeah, at that point in time, nah, it's
That's
on site.
disrespectful. Yeah,
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? But like the way that they were making it seem is, to me, I took it as they were saying that he made a bullshit list, or that he wasn't as good of a rapper as he thinks he is. And to me, whether you agree with that or disagree with that, there should never be a sensitivity about those conversations being had.
Right.
And I sure and this is, I'm gonna steal your interview for my own rant for a second here, right? Part of the reason that I don't fully engage in the YouTube community is because it feels to me like there's too much of that. There's too much of, because I'm cool with somebody, I'm never going to keep it real. I'm never going to tell them when something is trash. I'm always going to support them blindly. And to me, that yes man mentality is the most toxic, fucking violent. Like, I would much, I don't get it. I don't get it. And it, to me, the group chat thing, without having seen it, I can't say that enough. It sounded like people were upset about subjective material versus something that was actually disrespectful. And that, and I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? I just ranted a little bit.
I mean, I agree 100%, man. I agree 100%, bro. Like, for real. As long as it's not disrespectful, man. Like, that's the main thing, disrespect. Like, if it's something about music, then it's about music. You feel me? But if you're disrespecting him as a human being, that's totally different.
Exactly. 100%. Like, and it goes both ways too, right? Like, I'm a reactor. I have people, you have trash reactions. Okay, cool. That, like, that doesn't mean I'm blocking you. I don't fuck with you no more. Yeah, like you don't like the content, you don't like the content. Like it. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of this has to do with where people come from. And when you have the internet, you are connecting people with different backgrounds who don't have the same upbringing, who, you know, their view of the culture is their own bubble, you know what I'm saying, that they are familiar with and shit like that. And in an attempt, in my opinion, in an attempt to be super, super friendly, you lose a bit of the authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Again, a lot of this is just subjective. I just wanted to have a conversation.
Yeah, it's all subjective, man. And like, so like, just for the record, like, it wasn't like me. I didn't feel like I deserved to be on the tier list. It was just when I saw Markham's wasn't and how he felt about it. And I was pretty much talking about from my standpoint, if I was Markham's, when we're having this conversation here, you know, so I'm speaking as if from the artist standpoint. So just throwing that out there. I want to talk about just me in general during our interview. I was the artist side. So
I know. I mean, bro, even if you were talking about you, like I said, even if I don't agree with you, I agree with your right to talk your shit. And I don't think that it should be seen as disrespect. You know what I mean? Like there's such a difference. There's such a fine line. There's such a difference between so much of it.
Yeah. I backtrack real quick. All right. So with the whole Dwayne thing, that's why I felt like he felt hit, because like, why would you? Like, I was like, is there something disrespectful that happened in a reaction you did or something? You know, for you to feel that kind of way. So that's why
he had said that there was like, this wasn't the first occasion either.
Right, bro. I talk shit every day. So it don't matter when you reacted to it. If it was 6 months ago, I was talking shit 6 months ago too. You know, I'm gonna be talking shit next week. Like, whenever you get on Twitter, I'm gonna be talking shit. I'm gonna be saying something very positive. That's it.
Fair enough.
Wake up, bless someone, or get the fuck out the way, bro.
You flip a coin. Is it violence or is it positivity today? Where are we at? I respect it, man. Bro, is there anything else that you want to talk about?
Nah, not. I mean, it's whatever you want to do, man. If you have any other questions, I'm with it. Like,
I mean, I wanted to run through the tier list conversation. I wanted to run through the back and forth with you and Dwayne, because I felt like that there was good conversations for people to be had in a way that we can communicate where people aren't dancing around shit and being sensitive. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
Like, that's all. And I appreciate you taking the time to do it, because to be honest with you, for those who don't know, this is our first real conversation. You know what I mean? Outside of like a tweet here and there and shit like that, this is our first time really chopping it up. So like, this should be a benchmark. this should be the standard for how this hip hop shit gets fucking talked about. Yeah. Again, I'm welcome. I'm open to talking about these topics with people who may have, like, we ended up agreeing on a lot of shit. So like, but there are going to be people out there who disagree with it for whatever reason. I'm open to having those conversations too. It's when we start getting in our feelings and shit like that, and you know, shit like that creates the toxicity. because I did.
Motherfuckers all in their emojis and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Facts though. Facts,
Yeah.
man.
And
like, you don't seem like an aggressive dude. Like you don't seem like a disrespectful person. Like this seems like it was all hip hop conversation. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I'm not. I try not to disrespect anyone. You know, I feel like there's too much good shit to spread, man. Like I don't know, bro. I'm not a negative person, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
salute. Same, bro. I mean,
I'm aggressive, but I'm not.
I'm about to say I got my days. So there's sometimes maybe a little.
I'm aggressive. Like he's in there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's in there, but you know.
Cool. I'm gonna cut it then. That was cool. I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me today. Is there anything you want to plug? Anything coming up? Any releases or anything like that?
I mean, I got a song with Postcard coming out. I got a song with Samad Savage coming out. I'll probably drop another single here in a little bit, just cause I ain't dropped one like
that shit better be fire or they're gonna roast you.
One thing I know they can't roast is my damn bars, bro.
Talk that shit, King. All right, man. I appreciate you coming to hang out. I'll get this posted up right away. We'll tag the people that are involved in the conversation so that there's no feeling of subtweeting or anything like that.
Yeah.
And again, I feel like this was a healthy, dope conversation. So again,
yeah. And like I said, from what I heard from like about Crip, he's a great person. Like he does all the YouTube ciphers and shit. That's just amazing, bro. He ain't gotta do that shit. So it's nothing personal. It's
the
just
wild thing. He didn't he didn't say a single thing about any of this. I don't think. Right? Like he's been quiet.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him tweet or not. Like I don't follow him or anything like that. Like I said, he's not somebody that I am personally associated with. So I try to dance around. Like I never want to put myself in someone's shoes or talk for somebody.
Right.
I try to make it like how I see it from my perspective. But yeah, like my opinion of music aside, him as a person, I think is fucking great for the community. I've never said a bad thing about him as an individual.
Yeah.
So, and again, the music stuff, I'm gonna take another listen to with the new drop that he had.
All right, bet. I'm with it, man. I'm with it.
All right, man. Shout out to your crew. Shout out to all the fans who are coming from both sides. Again, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I will catch y'all on the next one.
Appreciate y'all, man.